Spring afternoon in eastern Tokyo. Old neighborhoods, cherry blossoms, crowded markets, and centuries of history connect through one long walking route. First step, Kuramae. During the Edo period, this riverside district worked as an important warehouse area near the Sumida River. Kuramae later became known for small workshops producing toys, paper goods, and traditional crafts after World War II. Today, many former warehouses have transformed into cafes, studios, and independent shops while keeping the old downtown atmosphere. Inside Kakimori, custom notebooks are the main attraction for visitors searching for personalized stationery. Customers can choose paper types, covers, bindings, and inks to create personalized notebooks. Japan maintains a strong cultural connection with stationery, careful handwriting, and detailed packaging design. Some travelers visit Tokyo mainly for electronics or anime, while others arrive carrying shopping lists filled with pens and notebooks. Kuramae fits perfectly with that trend because many small specialty shops focus more on craftsmanship than mass production. Nearby in Ueno, one of Tokyo's oldest public gathering areas, Chuotori Avenue becomes especially crowded during Sakura season as huge numbers of visitors move between shopping districts and parks. Ueno Park originally belonged to Konnichiwa Temple, one of the most powerful Buddhist temple complexes during the Edo period. After the Meiji Restoration, much of the temple land became one of Japan's first public parks in 1873. Ueno Park later developed into a major cultural center filled with museums, shrines, performance halls, and seasonal festivals. Sakura season completely changes the atmosphere as roads that normally feel wide suddenly become packed with visitors. Many groups reserve picnic spots early in the morning and spend the entire afternoon under the sakura trees. The path around Shinobazuike Pond becomes especially crowded in the afternoon as festival visitors circle the shoreline. Temporary food stalls and clothing vendors stretch beside one of Tokyo's oldest surviving natural ponds. Long before modern Tokyo expanded outward, this area formed part of the wide marshland connected to Tokyo Bay. In traditional Japanese geomancy, the northeast direction is known as the Demon's Gate. The spiritual geometry of Shinobazuike Pond was designed to protect Edo Castle against bad luck and misfortune. Bentendo Temple stands on an artificial island designed after sacred island temples associated with Benzai-ten worship. Benzai-ten became linked with music, fortune, knowledge, and flowing water throughout Japanese Buddhist tradition. Many visitors walk past the island without realizing the landscape itself carries centuries of symbolic design. Paddle boats drift slowly across the water, while office towers and train lines remain visible beyond the trees. Ducks, pigeons, crows, turtles, and seasonal birds continue living inside one of the busiest parts of Tokyo. The pond changes appearance constantly, depending on weather, sunlight, wind, and season. Early spring afternoons usually bring softer light and cooler air compared with Tokyo's humid summer month. Even during festival season, quieter corners still appear beneath the trees further from the main food stalls. Many local office workers use the pond as a short escape from surrounding traffic and crowded train stations. Summer transforms the scenery completely when giant lotus leaves begin covering most of the pond surface. Lotus flowers usually bloom around July and August, attracting photographers early in the morning. Some historians believe Lotus cultivation also helped improve water conditions during earlier periods of Tokyo's history. The western side of Shinobazuike Pond often feels calmer compared with the noisier festival areas closer to Ueno Park. Trees along the shoreline partially block surrounding buildings, briefly making central Tokyo feel surprisingly distant. The mix of birds, distant train sounds, traffic noise, and festival music creates a very typical Ueno atmosphere. By late afternoon, the sunlight begins lowering behind western Tokyo, creating longer shadows behind the pond. Smaller walking paths around the shoreline often feel quieter compared with the crowded central areas near Ueno Station. Apartment buildings, office towers, and train tracks remain closed, but trees around the pond soften much of the city's noise. Occasional gaps between branches reveal parts of the Tokyo skyline rising behind the water and older temple grounds. Local residents sometimes stop here briefly before commuting home through nearby Ueno, Okachimachi, or Yoshima stations. Shinobazuike Pond continues balancing nature, religion, history, and modern Tokyo inside one surprisingly compact space. Leaving Shinobazuike Pond and heading toward the busy commercial streets near Ueno Station. Ameyoko, often shortened as Ameyoko, was developed after World War II as a crowded black market operating beneath the railway tracks near Ueno Station. The district became known for cheap clothing, imported goods, seafood, snacks, and aggressive street sales tactics. Some historians believe the name came either from candy shops or from products connected with post-war America. Fresh seafood displays, discount signs, narrow walkways, and overlapping loudspeaker announcements still define the atmosphere today. Next stop, Kappabashi Kitchen Supply Street between Ueno and Asakusa. This district became famous for restaurant equipment, cooking tools, ceramics, and specialized supplies for the food industry. Many restaurant owners across Japan purchase bowls, knives, lanterns, chopsticks, and cookware from this area. One local theory claims the district name came from raincoats drying beside nearby riverbanks a long time ago. Another theory connects the name with kappa, legendary water creatures from Japanese folklore. Traditional stories describe kappa as mischievous river spirits living near ponds and rivers throughout Japan. Today, friendly cartoon kappa mascots appear throughout the shopping street instead of frightening monsters. In Kappabashi, plastic food models remain one of the most recognizable attractions for international visitors. Restaurants originally used these realistic models to help customers quickly understand menu items before ordering. Professional chefs also visit Kappabashi, searching for reliable kitchen equipment used in daily restaurant work. Several knife shops specializing in handcrafted Japanese blades connect with traditional metalworking techniques. Different knife shapes develop for highly specific tasks, including sushi preparation, fish filleting, and vegetable cutting. Some stores provide engraving services, allowing customers to place names directly onto knife handles or blades. Large stacks of ramen bowls and ceramic plates are displayed as storefronts throughout the district. Japanese dining culture often places strong importance on seasonal presentation and careful arrangements of tableware. Because of their attention to detail, restaurants frequently rotate bowls, decorations, and serving styles during the year. Kappabashi also supplies lanterns, nodding curtains, menus, furniture, and cash registers for small restaurants across Japan. Some visitors arrive carrying detailed business shopping lists, while others simply wander between unusual storefront displays. Unlike luxury shopping districts, Kappabashi feels practical, slightly old-fashioned, and closely connected with working business. Delivery trucks regularly stop beside sidewalks crowded with chefs, tourists, photographers, and restaurant owners. Several buildings still preserve older Showa-era storefront styles, increasingly rare in newer parts of Tokyo. Tokyo contains many specialized neighborhoods where entire streets historically focus on one trade or a profession. Kappabashi became one of the best-known examples because food culture remains central to Japanese daily life. Cartoon Kappa mascots and oversized chef stages add playful details throughout the otherwise business-oriented district. The street often becomes busier during afternoons as restaurant staff finish their shopping before evening service begins. Kappabashi quietly reveals another side of Tokyo where everyday restaurant work, traditional craftsmanship, and food culture all connect together. Continuing south toward Asakusa, one of Tokyo's best-known historic districts. Asakusa survived fires, earthquakes, war damage, modernization, and tourism booms while preserving much of its traditional image. The upper floor of the Asakusa Cultural Tourist Information Center provides one of the best free observation points in the area. From the observation deck, Nakamise Street stretched directly towards Sensō-ji Temple, while Tokyo Skytree rises above the skyline beyond. The contrast between historic temple roofs and modern towers captures the layered identity of Tokyo. For centuries, Asakusa functioned as one of Tokyo's major entertainment and commercial centers for ordinary residents. Nakamise Shopping Street has served temple visitors for centuries with snacks, souvenirs, and traditional goods. Many popular treats sold here trace their origins to many generations ago, including rice crackers and sweet festival cakes. Before television and smartphones, districts like Asakusa provided large-scale public entertainment for Tokyo residents. The area once featured theaters, storytellers, geisha houses, sideshows, and some of Japan's earliest movie theaters. Huge crowds still continue visiting Asakusa and Sensō-ji Temple throughout weekends and seasonal festivals. Passing through Hozomon Gate and entering the main grounds of Sensō-ji Temple. Sensō-ji is considered Tokyo's oldest temple, with origins traditionally date back to the 7th century. According to legend, two fishermen discovered a small statue of Kannon, godless of mercy, inside the Sumida River. Local leaders later interpreted the discovery as a sacred site and established a temple on the site. Final stop, Matcha Gelato at Suzukien in Asakusa, famous for extremely rich green tea flavors. The strongest varieties contain deep bitterness compared with sweeter matcha desserts commonly sold in tourist areas. Long lines regularly form outside the shop as visitors challenge themselves to try the darkest green tea flavors. Matcha grew from centuries of Japanese tea culture, shaped by Zen Buddhism, meditation, and elegant tea ceremonies. The combination of strong tea flavor and traditional atmosphere makes Suzukien one of Asakusa's most popular dessert shops. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you later.